Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Formula Roblox League Division 1. It's Season 10, and there is a championship on the line. Today, the day where T-Jerk, the confirmed Racing Squad driver, could possibly be crowned champion. He has a 32-point lead over his rival Man Pifting here in the penultimate round of this championship. And going into the next round, the maximum amount of points available for anybody is 29 points. Of course, that'd be quite a phenomenal thing if Man Pifting didn't score any points in the next round, but there's still a mathematical possibility. So the math is Man Pifting has to outscore T-Jerk by about 4 points in order to keep his championship chances alive. If he doesn't, T-Jerk will be a champion for the first time in his career here in Season 10. Joining me, as always, is the ever insightful Baskar 101.
Guten Tag.
We are here in Germany in the Bonn Street Circuit, one of the all-time great street circuits exclusive to the league. It's one of the most difficult tracks on this calendar, but it also favors certain drivers more than others. We think back to Reserve Driver Junior for a team last season qualifying in the top 3. Didn't actually start that race on that particular day. We are having some slight stream difficulties that will likely manifest in a slightly low frame rate, but we are still committed to bringing you all the racing action that we can. My name is Gus the Goose, my friend and yours, and we are currently beginning the 10 minutes of qualifying, following the number 87 of T-Jerk, because he has set the fastest first sector in this race. Qualifying points all too important because they can possibly decide T-Jerk's championship, and that's really been what Man Pifting has kind of struggled to keep up with T-Jerk, is they've both been razor consistent when it comes to hoovering up those extra bonus points for qualifying and sometimes the fastest lap. T-Jerk has just been absolutely surgical this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a little bit since the last time I was here. I had some personal businesses I had to deal with, but currently, from what I've been hearing, this could be the moment for TJ to take the championship. Once again, he needs. How many points does he need to guarantee the championship again?
See, he has a 32-point lead, and he needs more than a 29-point lead leaving this round. So that's about, let's say he needs more than 3 points, because on countback, T-Jerk would win.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. But yeah, right now TJ has the fastest lap, 125.486. He has a 4/10 of a difference, and Pifting is not where he wants to be, a 7/10 of a difference. Ooh.
Is quite difficult. We're going to make some efforts here to increase the possible frame rate quality of the stream here. So please stand by as we wow, that really does disable the decorations in just decoration disable mode. But it didn't actually make a difference to the frame rate, so I think I'm going to ask God to put the buildings back in place in this major metropolitan city. Hopefully, that didn't cause any major catastrophic damage to this society. But who cares about society? This is racing. Street circuits are amazing. Of course, fans of IndyCar will know that the Long Beach Grand Prix is this weekend, and that is probably the only major street race that I can think of happening in the near vicinity. Besides this one, the Bonn.
Hang on.
German
There is
Grand
another
Prix.
one. IMSA's Long Beach.
IMSA's also at Long Beach. Thank you. I always forget about endurance racing. Good thing you're the endurance racing fan here. T-Jerk is currently on provisional pole. He's got half a second advantage to second place, set by Tir Chelvam. Man Pifting has the second slowest lap of all the drivers who currently set a time and is 7/10 of a second off. I do find that this track can sometimes just catch some drivers off guard if they haven't practiced it. While some drivers can get away with not practicing certain tracks because the skills they have in other tracks apply all over the place, I find Bonn is not the case. It has an extremely difficult pit lane. It's got strange off-camber corners, heavy braking zones. But we will see improvement throughout the session, I find. Man Pifting, last season's race winner, he beat his championship rival on that particular day by pitting one more time, going from the hunter to the hunted. That was a great race on that particular day in Season 9. Hopefully we have a great race here today as well. T-Jerk didn't even attend that race And that was more or less where his Season 9 championship fell apart because he had other obligations, sadly, and he couldn't really hoover up any points that day, and that brought him out of contention. He's going faster still. He has set the fastest first sector on this particular lap. He does have some effectively traffic up ahead, but Avaflakis is on a lap, so he has no obligation to get out of the way.
Absolutely. Once again, right now we're not seeing crazy improvements. We're seeing improvements from like Kit Kat and Sebastian Coteau. Look at this. Pefting is losing more ground than he is. He needs to get a rhythm, especially that the championship is now on the line.
Man Pifting pops up to second place, but still 0.3
There
off
we
his
go.
rival. But he does set the fastest final sector on this particular track. We're also seeing
Oh, someone hit the wall.
someone has hit the wall. Who is that?
It was a yellow car.
That might be one of the. There was a few yellow cars last weekend. I confirm Racing Squad, the most obvious ones. But
They say it was
the two confirmed Racing Squad cars are on outlap, so I think they can get away with it. We do have the return of the timing sheet here, which we can now access. It's also now transparent, so you in the stream don't miss any amount of the action. So drivers returning that have been absent for a few rounds or haven't really taken part in this championship yet so far. 123 How Are You Gamer Pro has stepped up to a split license D2 D1 for the remainder of the season. To allow to sub in for Division 1, so he'll be making what I believe is his Division 1 debut. As we see Tier Chelvam in the 14 tap the wall in that very brutal chicane section that runs through, I believe that's a parking garage. But he will likely have to bail this lap. Unless his first lap wasn't good, then he just needs another banker. Tedrick doesn't improve in this first lap. Andrew has returned to the championship. He's fallen out of the top 10 due to missing a few rounds, but he's a driver that's shown some serious promise this season in that 41 car.
Yeah, I think it was one of the Swift GP cars that hit the wall from what I looked.
Yes, they are running leftover from last weekend. They are running a Hulk Hogan tribute livery on the Swift GP cars.
I have my opinions about that, but okay then.
Down in Division 2 East, Quattros was actually crowned champion while running that livery, and normally the champion of Division 2 steps up to Division 1 the following season, but Quattros actually announced his retirement after that. We do have to say big congratulations to our two Division 2 champions who were crowned this past weekend, Leoparder and Quattros, as Tier Chelvam pops up to second place. 1/10 off, and Kit Kat has set the fastest first sector as Tedrick goes even faster still with a fastest second and third sector. We know Kit Kat can be pretty savvy around this track, and he's actually looking to bump up a few spots in this championship in the number 13. He's catching up to his rival from Season 9 and Season 10, Tier Chelvam 3. Those two drivers fought hard for the Division 2 East Championship last season, and he ended up losing it by one single point. He'll need a serious lap than that, but Tier Chelvam up in second place. Kit Kat will have to respond nearly 1 second off provisional pole. No improvement in the second sector for the Scuderia Squadra driver.
He's going to have to keep his nose clean if he wants to even remotely have a chance of at least bumping out. Oh, going to be Chris too. Moves out of Tier Chelvam.
Tier Chelvam dropped down to third, Goming Chris 2 up to second place, still yet to win in this championship. Let's see where this lap brings Kit Kat. It was up, it was down, it was all around, and it's no improvement, sadly. Despite the fastest first sector, he will only manage. There's a 14.0, so that is a very competitive sector, but he will only manage 7th place for now.
Righty. Right now we have eyes on Avaflakis. Right now, green on the green sector 1, red sector 2. Can you make some sort of improvement into the final sector?
Reigning Division 2 West champion across, or formerly reigning Division 2 West champion across the line. No improvement, stays 8th place, just ahead of his teammate down in 9th place. We got no improvements from XR3 as the qualifying hour rounds down. It looks like Andrew has started a flying lap, I believe, and he'll need to because the checkered flag is out, and he's currently down at 14th, 3 seconds off. He must have been the car that you saw hit the wall earlier in the 41 because he has not set a competitive lap time. Very close to the wall there. Let's ride on board with the 41.
Alrighty. It's a little bit messy on some areas. It could be crazy on some sectors. Don't want to get too close to the wall. You don't want to hit it.
Margins are tight
Also,
on this track. You have to use every single amount of the track that you can. Kind of fade into a bizarre left-hander here. Seems to keep going, and this corner really sneaks up to you past the stadium section. Through this other chicane, easy to hit the wall, but you have to get very close to it. Then do another chicane. This track is just an unending barrage of chicanes. Then you have a kind of a slow winding hairpin into a tighter left-hander. Use all the curb on the inside there, as what I've been told. Lots of curbing you got to use on this track to get by, but be careful not to cut the corner. Blast downhill, sudden surprise braking zone as you enter in the final corners. You go downhill to prepare for this long sweeping left-hand hairpin and the final corner over the three-dimensional curbs. Don't hit the wall, you run to the line, and that is your lap. Let's see where it puts a former pole sitter this season. He improves his time, but he does not improve his position. Tax improves to 10th place to round out the top 10. T-Jerk on pole once again. Goemi Chris 2 in second. And Tier Chelvam in a very impressive third place. Has been consistently impressive in qualifying this season as the Division 2 East champion of Season 9.
here we go. Right now, it's looking like a clear race, a clear weather. Nothing but sunny skies in Germany.
The drivers bet, just in time, the drivers nearly missed the lineup on the grid. All right, here's the red lights. We're here in Germany. There's a championship on the line. T-Jerk versus Man Pifting. T-Jerk will lead the field to green here in Germany. Goemi Chris 2 sweeping around the outside. Does he take the lead of the race? No, not on this occasion. They were all hard on the limiter as they came off the starting grid. All the drivers fall into place in their current positions. Man Pifting, great start, up to third place. Tier Chelvam has dropped down to fifth.
Tier Chelvam didn't get a good start at all. Pifting gets a magnificent start, but Chris is the one that's getting a terrific start in total.
Goemi Chris 2 still yet to win in this championship. Would still desperately like to win. Has gotten closer and closer as the season gone on. But the Confirm Racing Squad drivers have won every single race this season. Could this be the day where that changes? We'll have to see, and if Goemi Chris 2 can help it, he would definitely like to get Swift GP's first top division win in a very long time. Fastest mover on that first sector was Sussy Imposter 2244 in the Lagwar car, who just got overtaken by Kit Kat in the Scuderia Squadra. Scuderia Squadra, who have had an absolutely blistering last few races thanks to Play Games and Kit Kat. Play Games not taking part in this race. The fight for P4 in the championship is also still on, as we see T-Jerk start to extend a lead out in front, 7/10 of a second from him, and now his teammate, who has overtaken Goemi Chris 2, Man Pifting, now on the hunt, has to finish ahead of T-Jerk today. He did not qualify in the top three. T-Jerk qualified on pole. That's 3 points to T-Jerk's advantage already.
Pifting gets the fastest lap of 126.825. It's looking really good for him. He just needs to do is keep up the pace, and he could probably take the lead. But TJ has been awfully consistent. Well, exception of that one race, but we won't talk about that.
Well, he was pretty consistent until the end there. T-Jerk, fastest first sector on the first full meaningful lap of running. Man Pifting holding the gap consistently, about 9/10 of a second. So many turns and twists, it's really hard to maintain a slipstream here. We have had quite a few races of slipstream, effectively pack racing, over the last few calendar events in this championship. But now that we're here, this is definitely a place where slipstream only happens in certain areas. You have to maintain the corners and be able to drive through the dirty air. As XR3 improves up to 9th, Andrew has improved up to 12th and is now running inside the points as he returns to this championship. Tier Chelvam is stabilized in 5th, but directly behind him is his championship rival from old and of today, because they're fighting for, I believe, P6 in this championship. Kit Kat, Abaflaki's behind, looking to maintain 4th. Sebastian Coteau also in that fight for P6. Would desperately like to beat Tier Chelvam and Kit Kat today. Looks like T-Jerk has pulled more than a second to his championship rivals. That's the fastest opening lap. And yes, he has broken the 1 second barrier as we switch over to interval time.
Yeah, absolutely. This track, as you said, it's more technical than top speed dependent. So you gotta hit your apexes really well. You gotta hit those corners roughly, and you gotta be very precise on the brakes and on the turning ratio. If not, you're gonna have yourself a bad day.
Sebastian Coteau climbs up to fifth and is half a second off the back of Avaflakis, who's starting to lose pace from Tier Chelvam, who's starting to lose pace from Crisscross OMG, also in that fight for fourth place in the championship. We saw a brief little blip from Tier Chelvam there. I think that was just a glitch with the timing tower. He was falling down in order for a second, but he is exactly where we left him. So he must have gone somewhere where the transponder wasn't working. 3/10 of a second now. He's chasing Crisscross OMG in the number 28, trying to get that fourth place. Yet to score a podium here in Division 1. Highest driver in the Division 1 championship without a podium this season, Tier Chelvam. The driver below him and all the drivers above him have scored at least one podium finish. He's probably looking to rectify that today. It seems like he's got a strong car to run with today.
Oh no. We're looking at the admin chat. Looks like someone has the wrong livery.
One of the officials has informed 123 How Are You Gamer Pro that he is running the wrong livery. I'm not sure what car he was signed up to drive today, but if that is the case and there's no extenuating circumstances, then that is sadly a disqualification on what would be his Division 1 debut. The disqualification applies after the checkered flag, so whatever result he gets doesn't matter, but I believe he is still allowed to run in this race. So I need to double check the rules on that one. So if he wants to just get some meaningful practice in, he can. He's currently outside of the points and stands in 13th place. Some drama must have befallen the 17,
no!
who has stopped on the runoff, and he is out of this race. He was running in the top 10 of this championship, but a season that it's been consistent points for Sussy Imposter 2244, but it's not the season that he would like, and sadly that difficult season continues. He is out of this race on lap 4.
Well, we already got a retirement this early. Oh my goodness. And I didn't even open a Red Bull yet.
Didn't even open a Red Bull. Not sponsored, by the way. I am drinking a water because I yell too much when I do these commentary tracks. T-Jerk is your race leader by 1.2 seconds. It's 1.8 seconds then back to third place. But so far, the top three have been what the top three has been for most of this season. The two Chris's are currently in a fight for that final podium position as Sebastian Coteau climbs up to sixth place.
Yeah, I was about to say Crisscross is actually trying to gain a lot of ground. We're about to see a battle for podium position here soon.
Two podiums already this season for Crisscross OMG, or just Crisscross, as many say. No relation to the singer-songwriter Christopher Cross, of course. Two podiums already this season. Only the fourth driver in Season 10 Division 1, I believe, to score multiple podiums. I'll need to verify that stat here in a second. Definitely he was the fourth in terms of order, as most of the podiums have been hoovered up by the top three in this race. More or less, it looks like the order on track is vaguely consistent with how they are in the championship, with one or two exceptions. Andrew, on the verge of the top 10 of this championship, lost some points due to missing some races. Currently down in 12th place, trying to overtake Tax in 11th place, who hasn't had the season I think a lot of people expected from him, but there has still been some good performance in there, coupled with some bad luck. Brawl Stars Master is rounding out the top 10 from XR3.
I gotta interrupt you. It looks like TJ might have made a mistake.
No, they're in the pits. So they both came into. They're on pit lane now.
What tires were they on? My goodness.
Soft tires.
Oh yeah. So that wears out pretty quickly.
Switch from the soft to the medium. It looks like fairly even Stevens for both drivers. I actually think Man Pifting has jumped T-Jerk. So the pit lane entry here is absolutely brutal. It's a very difficult chicane, a very sharp slowdown. Very easy to lose positions. Man Pifting has jumped T-Jerk in that pit stop exchange, and now both of them are out in heavy traffic. These drivers, a lot of them are on the medium, so they have no obligation to get out of the way. They will have superior pace, but that is still some dirty air, as the drivers out in front are going to have to go for a few more laps before they stop. Go on me, Chris 2, now your race leader, but owes the field a pit stop.
Absolutely. Right now, Pifting, this is the stop that he actually needed. That pit stop strategy, it worked out incredibly in his favor. It looks like TJ may have made a little bit of a mistake. I just noticed like he was losing a bit of time before then. It was like something was going on with TJ before the pits, and now outside the pits, Pifting gets a bit more of a ground, gives him an opportunity, but TJ ain't going to go down without a fight for sure.
Man Pifting is now the net race leader on that strategy. We see the actual race leader, Goldman Chris 2, on the same strategy come into the pits. Chris Gossomdi and Tio Chelvam follow him, as does Ava Flackies. Lead driver, who started on the medium, appears to be XR3, stays out and takes over the lead of this race. Looks like good stops all around for the soft runners. I don't see any significant change in position, as race leader is now XR3, and Man 15 and T-Jerk have maintained their lead by pitting earlier. It looks like the overcut was not strong enough to bring those two drivers into contention. Yes, they have a decent gap now to the rest of the field. Actually widened their gap over the other drivers by pitting first, but you can't do that for the entire race because eventually you will pay the price in terms of wear.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right now, Pifting is provisional leader, unless something by God happens.
I'm
But right
curious
now,
to see how long XR3 plans to run. Started on the medium tire, and that will, if he picks a good lap, that'll be a decent indicator on how long the mediums can last. Only about 2 seconds to the gap from XR3 to Man Pifting, because there was a pretty significant gap between them before they pitted.
oh yeah,
Not
no,
fighting for the win today is XR3, but using the clean air out in front to help jump his rivals lower down in the field and possibly climb up the order and get some good points. One of the more experienced drivers on this grid.
yeah. Look at Pifting; he gained practically a second. I think that the XR33 is going to have to pit eventually.
We have another retirement in this race, and sadly, it is his teammate. It is Tax in the 32 Lozado's HP team machine is also out of this race. We now only have 12 runners, but one of them is likely due to be disqualified. That is 123 How Are You Gamer Pro for running the incorrect livery that will be investigated during and after the session, but that's usually a pretty slam dunk penalty. So we have 11 runners who will actually be classified unofficially as it stands now. So good points on offer today if you can maintain it. Half a second for Man Pifting at XR3. These two drivers on different strategies, not technically fighting, but XR3 is just trying to put in good laps so they can jump the people in their championship fight. Their fight today, sorry.
Oh yeah, this right now the eyes are really focusing on Pifting and TJ. Right now, Pifting wants to get out of the way, like trying to get XR33 out of the way so he can get that clean air. But if XR33 just still becomes a bit of a menace, it's going to give TJ an opportunity and close that door. Well, open the door and then slam it shut once he gets clean air.
Slipstream down the main straight. That will see Man Pifting
With a fast chicane heading over here.
And Man Pifting clears XR3 and is out in the proper race lead, leading on that strategy as well. XR3 and Andrew yet to stop. Andrew running in 8th place. XR3 currently running in 2nd place. As now T-Jerk tucks in the slipstream of XR3. Has to clear the Lozado's driver as soon as possible in order to help get that lead back. Currently, as it stands, T-Jerk has 3 points this weekend for qualifying on the pole position, and Man Pifting does not have any points so far, so it's all down to the race finish. If they finish 1-2, I got to do the numbers in my head, assuming neither of them get the fastest lap. The fastest lap currently belongs to T-Jerk, but they will probably run the soft again later. That would be 1 point for the fastest lap, 3 points for qualifying on the pole, and 25 for winning the race for if T-Jerk wins. That would be 29 points to Man Pifting's 20. So that would secure him the championship. If Man Pifting wins in this configuration and neither of them get the fastest lap, that'll be 25 points for Man Pifting and that'll be 23 points for T-Jerk. So T-Jerk would still be champion, I believe, in that scenario.
Mm. So something like, so are we saying is we need something, a complete disaster from TJ for this championship fight to still happen?
Yes, other drivers will probably have to come into play and finish between these two for Man15 to keep his championship fights alive, and that is the importance of qualifying. As we see the 41 car, Swift GP car, come down pit lane. Let's see how this stop goes. Made it to lap 10 on the mediums. Then we'll switch on to the soft tire. Unlikely to see the hard tire. Hard tire doesn't typically run well in this race, but as it stands, as they're finishing now, T-Jerk will be the champion by the end of this race. According to my calculations, of course, we need to have those confirmed by our officials over in the Formula Roblox League Discord. If you're interested in joining our great community and possibly even racing, join the Formula Roblox League Discord. I'm sure it's linked somewhere on this YouTube channel. And if you take part in a license event, which are short races used to analyze your pace, you might be awarded with a license, and you might be able to sign for one of our teams if they want you to drive for them, and you could possibly take part in a Division 2 race and build your way up to Division 1 like these great drivers have done here. That's the Formula Roblox League Discord. I'm sure you can find it. It's the internet, as Go Chris 2 gets past XR3. So we're going to see when XR3 decides to come in. And he comes in now. You get a good view of that pit lane. Takes it very well. Very good job by XR3 in the Lozato's 5. Currently only running Lozato's driver in this race. Goes for another set of softs.
Well, not another set. He's going for a set of softs. He was on the medium tire.
Yes, he was on a medium. So he's going into his first set of softs. Thank you. See if Brawl Stars...
No.
Yes, Brawl Stars has cleared XR3 in the cotangent's car, but XR3 immediately blasts past. It's a bit of a faster exit out of the chicane because the pit lane gives you a straighter exit, and he has the fresher tire. So XR3 settles back in 9th place, which I believe more or less where he was running, but is about 6 seconds off the back of Avaflakis.
Yeah, so really at the moment for TJ, if your math is correct, all what TJ needs to do is defend podium, defend P2 at all
Yes, he needs to finish as close to Man15 as he possibly can.
Farther he finishes, the farther he loses points.
That is correct. If you're unfamiliar with the point scoring system in this league at home, you get 3 points for qualifying on pole, 2 points for qualifying second, 1 point for qualifying third. You get 1 point for the fastest lap, and then you get an additional 25 points for winning the race, 20 points for getting second place, and I believe it's 18 for finishing third and 14 for finishing fourth. Those are roundabout the positions that we usually find the confirmed racing squad drivers in. T-Jerk currently leads by 32 points on Man15. There's one more race after this one, and there's a maximum of 29 points available in a weekend. So if T-Jerk leads by more than 29 points at the end of this weekend, he is crowned champion for the first time in his Formula Roblox League career. And what a storied career it's been, considering he hasn't won a title yet. He's gotten close on multiple occasions.
Multiple occasions.
Following Andrew there for a second, who did get past 1, 2, 3, How Are You Gamer Pro. That was the closest battle on track that I could see at the time. We also see Kit Kat chasing his former D2 East Championship rival and two drivers fighting for P6 in this championship with Sebastian Patel.
Oh, sorry about that.
Up the road. Oh, usually it's my alarm that goes off in the stream. It's only happened for the last 3 in a row. I'm glad it was someone else for a change. Kit Kat chasing 2 Chelvin, the 13 chasing the 14. These two had an absolutely brutal championship fight. So Andrew must have made a major mistake because he lost a position that he was starting to pull away from the driver in front of him.
All right. Oh, is it just me, or is going to be Chris is starting to gain against TJ?
He might be. He was having to defend from cross behind him, crisscross. I think he's cleared enough of a gap where he can now focus on moving forward. The gap is kind of ebbing and flowing now. As it stands, they're about 2 seconds from the cars in front of them. If we check the timing, We'll wait for them to cut the next sector. There we go. It was a 14.4 for Gomi Chris 2 and a 14.4, slightly faster for T-Jerk, but more or less the same, and similar time for Manpifting, as Brawl Stars in the 50 is in next.
Yeah, right now, Manpifting, I mean, a win will be a win, but I know that he probably wants more than just a win. I know that he wants that championship again.
Don't count out Manpifting just yet. We have seen that crazy things can happen in Formula ROBLOX League. One of Murray Walker's cliches is that anything can happen in racing, and it usually does. And if he knew something about racing, then I think hopefully I have earned the honor to quote him. He forgot more about racing in his lifetime than I'll ever probably know. Andrew gets past Gamer Pro again for 10th place. As we see, XR3 is now catching Avaflakis in the 19 Lagwar car. I think it was one of the drivers who earlier, it's about a nose past as TJ is in and Manpifting stays out. The confirmed racing squad cars we see splitting the strategy, not always a guarantee on that team. Stops on his marks well for the 87. Let's see.
It's going for the soft tire compound.
Out.
So it looks like I was right. Like, I saw Gomi Chris just gaining a little bit more time. I think it was time for TJ to pit if he wanted an opportunity. I mean, it could be an opportunity. We don't know. We can see anything can happen. Anything can go.
He slotted in just behind Tiru Chelvam, and he was about 2 seconds back from Manpifting. So if there's a similar pit stop time, that should see him come out probably roundabout where T-Jerk is now, because T-Jerk has already started gaining time. Come out in quite a big haul of traffic. XR3 did get past Avaflakis and is up into 8th place. T-Jerk clears Tiru Chelvam, Kit Kat, and Sebastian Coteau is up into 4th place. The second pit stops are beginning now. T-Jerk and Brawl Stars, two of the earlier ones that we saw so far in this race. Manpifting, does he come in on this lap? Let's watch.
Let's see.
He stays out for one more lap.
Looks like it.
Top 3 staying out. XR3 has cleared Tiru Chelvam now and is up into 7th place and is now chasing Kit Kat. Oh, yeah, slight connection issue for XR3, but he gets back to it. Sebastian Coteau in the 24. Pits. Tiru Chelvam is also in. Let's watch the stop. Clean for the 24. And it looked pretty clean for the 14 as well. It's going to be relatively even between the two of them.
Very well, very well. We see the FGR's own Sebastian Coteau. Now we're back to Swift GP's Andrew.
Tiru Chelvam came out behind Andrew and Sebastian Coteau came out ahead, so they have been split by the Swift GP car.
Right now, Pifting is still staying out still. Right now, TJ is on Purple Sector 1.
14.0 has been a consistent first sector, so I think he's trimmed just a little bit off that time. Currently the fastest man in that first sector as it stands. Avaflakis is the only other driver improving in that first sector. No improvement in the second sector for TJ. But let's see how they compare the middle sectors. There's a 45.6 for Manpifting in the middle sector and a 44.0. 1.6 second advantage for T-Jerk through that sector. And Manpifting responds. The number 7 is in.
Alrighty, here we go.
Snakes his way down the pit lane trying to find his box. Lands on his marks very well. We also see the Swift GP car receive their team. It looks like the rest of the field is coming in for their next stop. Yep, good stop for everyone all around. Kit Kat in the 13 switches to a set of softs. XR3 also does the same. Crisscross OMG still running that set of mediums, his second tire stint, and stays out and currently leads this race.
How many steps are we going to have? We still have like a few more laps left.
Last season, it was a close call between the 3-stop and the 4-stop.
Oh my
I think the
goodness,
four
we
stop
might
won
actually
this race, but barely.
four four stops. Oh my
People just
goodness.
kind of shuffle through soft tires on this one. It's a pretty strong tire on this track.
Yeah, the tire wear is pretty strong.
I would know the only race I ran here was absolutely soaking wet, and I made the wrong wet dry tire choice every single stint. How these
Ooh.
people always guess it right, I'll never know. They're absolute wizards with this virtual rain racetrack. Crisscross OMG is currently a race leader, but owes the rest of the field a pit stop. Is about 1.7 seconds ahead of T-Jerk and comes in now, blasts the wall. Oh, and he gets caught on the cone.
Oh
That's what I was talking
no!
about with that pit lane. He's stuck on the cone and the sign. The wheels are the only part of the car that actually
No,
have collision. He has to kind of thread the
no,
needle of the cone between the
no,
car. He's
no.
losing absolutely valuable time. Avaflakis goes through. He worms his way out like a student learning how to parallel park. One of the most difficult pit lane entrances on the grid for sure. The 28 has
Oh
become a victim to it.
no. Well, I've seen a lot of things in my life, but I've never seen things quite like that. Just vroom, right into the cone. That's a little funny,
He
embarrassing,
was in the
but
fight
funny.
for a podium possibly. He pitted
But
from
now
the
he was
race
fighting a
lead, and
cone.
now he's 28 seconds off it. That was a massive time loss for the 28. Um,
Yeah, he fought a cone. That's what happened.
surprising for a driver who's been so consistent this season. Crisscross OG running well in every single start he's had, fighting for fourth in the championship, and is currently one position behind Avaflaki. He's the other driver fighting for fourth, who is running in this race. Play games, not taking part today, so that will definitely heat up the discussion for that thing. If they keep up like this, they might take fourth, but just barely.
At the moment, TJ is the leader. Pifton can catch up.
Teacher
Any
currently
possible?
leads this race in this position. He will claim the championship as it stands now, because there's only one race to go after this, and he will gain more than 29 points advantage on Man Pifting going into that race. I don't know how often a champion is crowned on this street circuit. Um, Last time T-Jerk was in with a shot for championship all the way to the end. I always bring this up, and I'm sure he's absolutely tired of hearing about it, but it was on that fateful day in the season 8 finale where he had the championship lead going in just barely over Man Pifting, and I think Andy was also involved in that championship fight. He makes a mistake in one
Mm.
of the closing laps that puts him down into fourth place. He does his best to catch up, but there was too many drivers finishing between him and the lead, and he lost the championship in the final stages of the season. And Van Pifting took that title. Still, Van Pifting's most recent title in season 8. We're in season 10 now, and T-Jerk has been absolutely surgical. He's out in front now, but we've seen with the pit stop cycles, these two switch places with some incredible gaps in the past. So it's not over till it's over. T-Jerk still has to put in some big laps to beat Man Pifting, a driver who has proven in the past knows how to drive around this street circuit. Gomi Chris 2 is also in the podium conversation, 1.3 seconds off Man Pifting with a 10-second gap behind him to Sebastian Gateau in fourth place. Gateau looking to get another great result. Closest battle on track now is for fifth place, led by Kit Kat.
Yep. And that just that once again we're starting to see the gap starting to slowly close between Pifting and Gomi Chris too. Oh wait, hang on. We also see Avaflaki's in crisscross, 7/10 off.
We're also
Seeing a
in
little.
I think there was a slight glitch with there's certain points on the track where the timing tower glitches there for a second because the gap changed. There it is. Okay, Crisscross OMG is half a second off Avaflakis as they go into the parking garage chicane, I believe it is, and he's being chased by Crisscross OMG. 5 seconds from Tir Chelvem, who is chasing XR3, who is chasing Kit Kat, who isn't far off Sebastian Guteau, about 3 seconds there. But the gap is widening all the time between fourth and fifth. Those are your battles on track as it stands now.
Gomi Chris is being very consistent right now, 1.2. That's 1.3, but still, there could be a moment. TJ Pitts again.
Goes from his set of softs. There's 9 laps remaining in this race. He might go for, yeah, a set of mediums, so he's likely going to go to the end. And Pifting is going to do what he did last season and likely end off on the softs and try to have the better tire and take the win. They are on an invert strategy. The 5 is also in for Lozato's HP team. Comes to a stop. On to mediums to the end of this race. Most of the drivers who are currently running softs are likely going to attempt to get to the end on a set of mediums right now.
Well, currently where it stands, right now it's more of a strategy game on tire strategy, pit strategy. So let's see how this is going to go. Right now, Gomi Chris 2 is in P2. Still 1.3 seconds. Well, 1.4 now. Oh,
looks like through that sector, Man Pifting absolutely has the better of the Swift GP driver, who a few rounds ago did officially fall out of championship contention, but I believe has also secured P3 in this championship. The drivers behind are just too far back. I mean, Chris 2, strong improvement from his debut in Season 9 to Season 10. I forget where he finished in Season 9. It was definitely in the top 10. I think it was like P6 or so. But now he's P3 in the championship, and that is officially locked in. So a great job from him. He's got about a 9-second gap to T-Jerk, who has stopped for the last time. Top 2 likely to come again later.
Well, we're just waiting for Pifting to pit and then see how this is going to go for him. Because they did pull a split strategy on their second stop. So let's see how this is going to go.
The 24 is in. Let's watch the blend. Comes out well ahead of XR3. Who else needs to stop still? All the drivers on 2 stops, unless they really want to extend, and they'd likely lose a lot of time that way, are likely need to stop again. So it'll be Kit Kat, Tier Travel, Chris Gorsovji, and Ava Flackies. Likely owe the field another stop unless they decide to gamble, which they might well, as does the current driver in the current 1-2 on the track, Man Pifting Gomakers 2, also likely need to stop again. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right now, where it stands, currently Pifting is in P1, Chris is in P2, TJ, that just made his recent stop to the medium tires, in P3. We're just currently waiting for the response from Man Pifting and Go Me Chris for the other us for the next stop. We're just waiting for the moment to happen. Currently, where it stands, it looks like they are not stopping on this one. On this lap, Tier Chalvom is now pitting. Let's see what tire strategy he's going to be on. Could be on the medium. No, he's on softs.
So he decided to extend that soft tire stint. I wonder if we would see that. Just extend that stint a bit and go straight onto another set of softs. The 41 is also in. Will likely do the same thing. It's close. It's really close right now between the softs and the mediums getting to the end. That soft tire will likely suffer in its final laps, but the medium tire might not get to use its full potential. As we see the other 3 drivers to stop will do the same. 123 Higher Gamer Pro is under investigation for running in the incorrect livery. I'm not sure what team and number he's signed up for. I don't have that available on hand right now, but that's usually a pretty slam dunk penalty, and that's often a disqualification after the events. But for a Division 1 debut, he's done quite an incredible job. He's only about 7 seconds off Andrew, who we know is a proven driver. A bit rusty currently after a few weekends away, but has definitely proved himself to be a possible D1 star of the future if his path up the racing ladder is legitimate. Currently running 12th place, but sadly will likely be disqualified as we see Man Pifting stay out. But Gomi Chris 2 is in for his final stop. This will most definitely be a set of softs, I believe. And it is. He extends the soft tire for one more stint. Man Pifting stays out.
Yep, I knew it. I was surprised that Pifting didn't do it, but he has something planned. Let's see how this is going to go. But right now, where it stands, TJ could be the champion.
Let's watch the blend for the 28, who had an absolutely dismal pit entry earlier. Caught a cone on entrance on his wheels and had to do multiple 3-point turns. Comes out just alongside his teammate, the number 50 Brawl Stars Master, down at the bottom of the top 10. So still points on offer today, but a gutting mistake for his pit entry. And we always see some kind of pit entry here at Bon that doesn't quite go well. I'm expecting Manpifting in soon, unless he intends to go to the end on this medium, and I don't really think that's too optimal of a strategy. About a 5 and a bit second lead on T-Jerk, and T-Jerk is catching all the time, so he will likely have to stop in soon.
Yep, that's what I have a feeling of.
And it's this lap, and it is a late in. Ooh, just barely avoids the cone. Cone does the 7. I'll be shocked if it's anything but softs. Rolls down pit lane. His invisible confirmed racing squad crew is waiting for him. It is a set of softs. T-Jerk retakes the lead. Let's watch the blend. Goming Crits 2 going down the main straight. Manpifting is going slowly, but is now up to speed. And he has gotten out ahead of the Switch GP driver with a bigger gap than he had the last time these two were running in the same piece of track. Now, that's a lot of the stops done, except for Avaflackies and Brawlstar are only on their second stop, and Brawlstar comes in this lap, does the 50.
All right, let's see the gap at the moment between TJ and Pifting. Yeah, Pifting's gaining ground. He's gaining a lot.
Ground, but he doesn't have a whole lot of laps left to do it. But if it's about a 1 or so second, of a massive 1.5 to 2 second advantage in these first few laps, he should be able to make do with the soft now and catch up before they start falling away, and then it'll be a slipstream battle to the end of this race. T-Jerk on the longer-lasting medium tires. Avaflackies is still running that second set of medium tires that he took on in the first pit stop. He pitted a very similar time to the leaders, so that tire is likely crying out no more now. He's got about a 2.7 second lead to Sebastian Giteau, but this late in the race, is it worth pitting and losing a bunch of positions but having a good tire?
Yeah, he's gaining a lot of ground. Yeah, he's gaining a lot.
Or does the 19 stay out, lose some positions on the worn tire, but keep some positions that he might have lost from pitting this late on? That is the strategy question. The number 19 Lagwar car, currently the only Lagwar racing car still running, as we saw Sussy Imposter in the 17 in the runoff earlier in this race and retired from the race. I wonder where that runoff was. I never really got a glimpse of where he came off the track.
All right, hate to interrupt yet, but Pifting is gaining a lot of ground. Look. He gained 3 seconds within a lap. 3.
As it stands now, if he does pass T-Jerk, T-Jerk will still be the champion. This is just for honor. Manpifting is catching T-Jerk in the final stages and phases of this race, and possibly the final stages and phases of this championship fight. The British driver has put everything on the line throughout this whole season to try to catch his rival, and he's continuing to do that down to the last moments of this penultimate race. Currently a 5-second gap. It's decreasing all the time. That soft tire absolutely blisteringly fast in the hands of the number 7 driver. A race winner here in the past. T-Jerk leads by 4.7 seconds. Manpifting is catching, but his tires will be falling away all the time. Who will take victory here in the German Grand Prix?
4 laps to go in the German Grand Prix. Because we're on lap 26 and we completed 25 laps, so we still have 4 more to complete. Pifting is looking pretty well within the soft tire compound, but let's just wait and see.
Third retirement of this race. The only Scuderia Squadra driver running in this race, the number 13 of Kit Kat, has currently retired from this race. He is out. He was running very strong, well into the top 10. It'll be no points for him today, and a massive points gain for his rival for P6 in the championship, Sebastian Giteau and Tiru Chelvam, 3, if I'm not mistaken, on that particular occasion. Sebastian Giteau in 5th. Tiru Chelvam is running a very respectable 6th. Certainly been the surprise for me of the season. had a relatively quiet D2 East campaign and took the championship after some certain disqualifications happened, and that earned him a promotion to Division One. And there weren't a lot of expectations for him. He kind of flew under the radar in Season 9, but he's been consistently in the top 10. He puts in good laps as the driver of the 14 for Manti Racing, and I think he has proven himself to be a worthy star of Division One. Very impressed with his performances so far this season.
3 laps to go of the German Grand Prix. Pifting is still gaining ground. TJ's trying to hold for first place, get maximum points.
It looks like Avaflakis is going to try to do this in 2 stops, because it's far too late now to pit. If he pits now, he'll just lose too much time. So he's going to stay out on that absolutely worn medium tire and just lose a few positions as opposed to losing a lot of them. Sebastian Coteau has gotten past him now, and Tier Chelvam is likely next to pursue the driver of the 19, the 2 Division 2 champions of Season 9 going at it. But Tier Chelvam has tapped the wall pretty hard there and will lose some time. Someone who isn't losing time, that's Man Pifting, 2.6 seconds. Now the gap to the race lead, but the improved sectors are starting to fall away. Let's check the timing. It's a 14.2 for Man Pifting and a 14.3 for Tiedrich. So the gap is starting to stabilize. That's only about 0.2 of a second gained, but that is starting to become more and more significant as each sector flies by. Man Pifting 44.3 and a 45.2 for Tiedrich in that middle sector. A much bigger time loss, but Sector 2 really makes up most of this track. It is the make it or break it sector here. 1.6 seconds now the gap out in the front. Man Pifting is catching Tiedrich as it stands now. This race lead is not yet decided.
2 laps to go in Germany. Pifting is gaining. TJ is defending. Who will take home this race win?
1.5 seconds now the lead. Tiedrich out in front, currently holds the fastest lap of this race. Man Pifting couldn't claim it in this stint, so it looks like that extra point will go to Tiedrich. Tiedrich will hoover up the absolute maximum of bonus points, 3 for qualifying on the pole and 1 for the fastest lap, because the tires in the field are currently too worn, I believe, to make too much amends on that field. Avaflakis is still setting personal bests in that first sector, despite the worn nature of his medium tire, but the middle sector is really the one where it matters, as Tier Chelvam passes him for 5th place. And now Avaflakis just has to hold on to whatever position he can. We're on the penultimate lap of this race. Less than a second now for the race lead. Man Pifting catching Tiedrich. I believe they'll take the white flag this time by.
Usually in the Formula racing, the white flag means slower, make way for a slower car.
Well, usually the white flag. I'm commentating, so I get to say what I get to say every single time, and I always love saying it. White flag for Tiedrich on the final lap of this race, but Man Pifting's in his slipstream. The race win is still on the line here. Can Tiedrich stay out in front and win a championship in absolutely glorious style? Does Man Pifting have enough tire left, get past Tiedrich? Catching is one thing, passing is another on a tight street circuit.
2 straightaways and some technicalities.
They run up the ramp to a parking garage chicane. Through they go. Tiedrich is still in the lead. It's been half a second for most of that first sector. Man Pifting is now cutting into that lead, going over the curbs, the German-colored curbs, in this middle sector. Through the chicane, bump and jump. Man Pifting is catching Tiedrich. He's taken the lead of the race. Man Pifting leads this race. Tiedrich has to hang on now for 2nd place, or is he going to be ambitious and go for more? As it stands now in this position, I believe Tiedrich would still be the champion, but he wants every single amount of points that he can get. It would be, in this position, 25 points for Pifting and 24 points for Tiedrich as it stands now. Gamer Pro takes his final stop. Here comes the final corners of what has been a brilliant race here in Germany. This game was created by a great Dutchman programmer, Wesley 1041. And today, it was Man Pifting versus Tiedrich. For the race, it's Man Pifting. For the season, for the first time, it's going double Dutch. Tiedrich, I believe, is won the championship, and for the first time in his career, he is a champion. We'll need to have those results verified, but if so, congratulations to T-Jerk. We've gone double Dutch in Formula Roblox League in Season 10. Go, I mean, Chris 2 finishes where he's finished so many times this season. In third place, Sebastian Cateau is fourth, Crisscross OMG is fifth, Avaflacki's is sixth, Tio Chelum is seventh, XR3 in 8th, Brawl Stars Master in 9th, Andrew is in 10th, and will likely be the last of the qualified runners. Likely disqualified on D1 debut, but strong debut all the same for 123 Hard U Gamer Pro. Will finish 11th place, but is sadly running the wrong livery. And now we need to have these results verified.
Well, we're currently waiting for our officials to verify these results. Absolutely superb racing from Man15 and TJ. A split strategy down to literally the final lap, the final pass, and Pifting takes home the win. Absolutely.
Man15 does not go down without a fight. The day certainly belongs to him. He was absolutely on top of strategy, won the race just like he did in Season 9. He let his rival for the race lead drive out in front on a different strategy, but when it mattered most, he put the hammer down on the faster tire and got past.
So currently we are waiting. We're keeping eyes on our stream chat, the general chat. We're trying to keep eyes on it. We are waiting and waiting and waiting.
So he came into this race weekend with 307 points to T-Jerk. He got 20 for winning the race, 3 for qualifying on the pole, and he did claim the fastest lap, so that would be 331 points. There, I have to do math on a sticky note. 331 points for T-Jerk.
All right, Division 1 standing.
Came in with 275 points. He got 25 for the win, and that's it. That's 300. 331 minus 300. That is a 31-point lead, and if there's nothing else I've missed, I believe that is the case. I think T-Jerk is our champion.
Well, I'm currently looking at the spreadsheet, so the gap needs to be 29 or more.
Yeah,
right?
I mean more than 29. If it is 29, then it doesn't...
Officials, get to your work, please.
That will be me, but I believe according to my math here, 307 plus...
It's official. It's official. Pifting made it official. TJ is indeed the Drivers' Championship for Division 1.
For the first time, he can put the heartbreak of Season 8 and the slow disappointment of Season 9 behind him. T-Jerk Boy 1, 2, and another set of numbers is your champion this season. He set the fastest lap. He's qualified on pole pretty much every time he wakes up in the morning. He somewhat came out of nowhere in this community, but he has for sure left his mark. He is the world champion in Formula Roblox League, and today, Man15 may be the winner, showing that he has the gumption to fight all the way to the end. T-Jerk lost the championship battle in Season 8 on one of the final laps of the final race. He gets to go into the final race already as the champion. And for what is a Dutch sport, this was a game made by a Dutchman, I believe. Check that too. It is incredible to have a Dutch driver winning out in front. Double Dutch indeed. A lot of stories all throughout the field. Sebastian Cateau, another strong 4th place. Ever since he's gotten his stride back in the sort of middle phase of this season, he's just been hoovering up massive amounts of points. It's interesting to see what could have been for the number 23 driver. Lots of retirements as well. Andrew did take the flag, so did Gamer Pro, but he might be disqualified. Kit Kat, Tax, and Sussy Imposter 2244 did not reach the flag, but Kit Kat did finish most of the race, so he does get 1 point from this weekend. And Man15 is your race leader, race winner today, but T-Jerk is your champion. It's tough to say, so I'll let you pick a few. Who are your drivers of the day?
Ooh, drivers. Just gonna go with the one. I think it's gonna have to go with drifting. Pulled a daring mixed strategy and it capitalized. It literally went down to the final lap. That precise overtake was that pinnacle moment for him. So it for me, driver of the day for me, man, Pifting.
Out in front, it's tough to say. Man, Pifting showed his blistering fast pace. Tiedrick showed his surgical consistency, but I have to get for Man Pifting. It is always risky to have to overtake a driver to get a win rather than just being out in front. But he did manage it. He always seems to. That's why he makes slightly different strategies work sometime. Lower down the pack, I might have to give it to Ava Flackies, who came home on the two stop, and um, one of my neighbor's fire alarms is going off, but that's fine because it's not mine. And they likely just burn their kitchen cooking breakfast. So if you hear a noise in the background, that's what it is. Um, why don't you tell the ladies and gentlemen who you are and where they can find you while my neighbors burn their apartment down?
Oh my goodness. I'm Basco 101. I'm the color commentator for this race.
And my name is my friend and yours, Gus the Goose, and I will see you when Formula Roblox returns and T-Jerk will raise his head as a champion. Thank you for coming, and goodbye.